very interesting banner protect so far is we have the trophy system protected here and a bunch of different bans, the Shiva and the M8 as well.
Yeah, I do remember at some point today concussions made it through. I believe that was in an uplink. But it is something that you might want to be worried about, especially with the amount of checking that can go down around the B site here on Hunted. As far as the rest of them, you think the overkill thermal, traditional going after the snipers, and getting rid of the Shiva and the EM8, taking away some of the long-range favorable weapons here. Hunted lots of long lines of sight, especially around the bridge that you have on the B side. And then over towards Tiki as well, you can get some things done over there. But just 2 more bans or protects remaining in this one. Jen, what are your thoughts after that map number 1?
I mean, that was such a comeback out of... I mean, you say 60 points is a comeback, but they really, really turned up near the end. The last couple of protects and bans did go through. High Cal and Rapid Fire out, and I think one of the tacticals made it through. But trophy systems are protected since SB did target that in their last map. But, I mean, SB did really well on the hardpoint, but just Riot just, like, turned up out of nowhere and became juggernauts. Just these multi-kills that came out of nowhere. And now on Hunted S&D, like I've said before, 2 of the best S&D teams in the league. I have barely any predictions to say except that Riot are probably on fire in their Skype call. And when you're hyped up, you just play so much better. You play so much more aggressive. Is that going to cost them, or is that going to be actually beneficial to them? Can SB answer back from that map 1?
There are some players where you get them really excited, you get them hyped up, they turn into absolute monsters and just go insane. And looking at Riot, they have all the momentum going into this game number 2. Now, once again, sort of similar to the last series we saw, Earth-3 Greed taken off the board in this one. Dead Silence most likely will be something taken out of the way, but you can get rid of Blast Suppressor here on Hunted. Some players really don't like to use the water or some of the wall runs on this map. Is viable, but still, I would probably go for getting rid of the Dead Silence over the Blast Suppressor, just because you want that movement option if you need it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a similar situation to, I think this was in the last S&D that we casted over on, I think it was Redwood S&D, where they didn't have Dead Silence, so it kind of changes how risky you want to move around the map, you know, especially in a building where lots of corners, maybe somebody can hear you and things like that. Let's see how that affects maybe on Hunted S&D, where you got that cave. It's kind of a longer range of sight. Not sure if that Dead Silence is really going to affect maybe in that bomb site, but especially over if you go into A, maybe you'll hear someone at the staircase and you're able to use your sound or able to listen a lot better. So maybe the A site might be a little bit trickier on offense.
So now all these players editing their classes, and one thing I do want to point out, Dream Crazy, towards the end of that, she hopped into Bottom Mansion with a Shiva. I don't know how in the world she's able to pick up as many kills she did down there, but she got it done. On the side of Strictly Business, once again, sort of the same things we said in that first series, in the Winners Finals, they need to be able to come back, right? It just seems like they're getting halfway there, and they hit some sort of wall, and Riot just comes storming out and take over. You don't want to see that here in the Grand Final because they need to win 2 best-of-5 series.
Yeah, and SB need this S&D. You don't really want to go, you don't at all want to go down 0-2, and especially when you need to win 2 best-of-5s. You need to keep that morale up. They need this S&D win on the board. And it's surprising that you brought up Dream Crazy using the Shiva, because I think I have that Wolf Knight banned out the Shiva and that Banner Protect, and Lethal Lady took out the M8. And honestly, I've seen a lot of these one burst queens with that M8. I swear I've saw so many one bursts, and M8 especially is the prime AR of choice on that long range cave site. Very easy to use, but then you got the Man of War. I'm not sure if that got touched near the end of the Banner Protect, but I guess that would be the second one, or the XR2 if you really like that burst ability.
You know, we did see a bit of the XR2 earlier today when players would go after the Shiva, the M8, the Man of War at times, and looks like starting off for Riot, Lethal Lady did have an AR. She switched over to a submachine gun. Players left to spawn in, and looks like they're going to try and play this a little bit slower, low to the ground for Lethal Lady. She doesn't have that Blast Suppressor Dream Crazy. Remember that one as well. So it's a 2-2 split in that regard. The XR2 is in the hand of Emmy, so she's headed over to B. The offensive push coming in from SB.
Yeah, Songflay bomb in hand, just needs to wait for a team to get at least a pick there over at the cave site. Emmys is actually not even going to be at that head glitch. She's just going to stay back and wait for SB to come to her. Some engagements going down in the middle map. Berlin K did spot somebody, no lives being dropped yet. Actually, Netflix and COD gets first blooded there by Emmys. So now Songflay has control of the bomb site. She's actually going to go back and just stick with her teammate Berlin K. Wonder if we're going to see some rotations over to A. Wolf Knight is over at A, so they need to be careful of her. Also, Lethal Lady middle map might be able to hear or at least spot this rotation over to A.
Like Jessie did spot one towards the middle of the map, and numbers advantage even up at 3-1 player for Riot's coming all the way over here on her own. It's Dream Crazy, able to pick up the kill on Songfully and has safely pretty much rotated and bought time for her team. Turns around, takes out Berlin K as well. Just like that, Jessie's the last one up. It's a long way back over to the B site if that's where she wants to go. Looks like she doesn't really have a lot of time. She's going to have to absolutely book it. Just 10 seconds left.
Let's see if she can get the bomb down. Looks like she should be able to. Now Dream Crazy and Emmy's over at A expecting. And I mean, even Emmy's can see the front door of A, so they need to book it, like you said, all the way to the other bomb site. As now Jessie's going to kind of play this water position, kind of watch this rotation of Riot over from this middle map. Didn't spot anybody. We almost spotted somebody, but she'll be in the right position. And she did just spot somebody. Needs to play her life. Jumps in the water. Riot are going to do a pinch from both sides. Jessie needs to stay alive. Just prevent the defuse, jumps out of the water, and Dream Crazy gets the pick, and Riot get their defuse and their first defensive win.
Now Dream Crazy will have an HCXD to work with as well, and you think she almost spotted her towards the end of that when Jessie was probably a second away from being able to spot Dream Crazy coming out of hut. Instead, she turns a little bit too early, and the flawless pinch comes in on the side of Riot, and it shows how well this team has practiced and ready for this map, and they're playing their game. This one's theirs to lose. They have to lose 2 best of 5s. Once again, they're trying to set up for the 2P.
Yeah, looking like that so far, but only one round. Let's see what SB now can do back on defense. Riot back on offense. Wolf Knight bomb in hand. Looking like a B-side push. Looking like also 3 players from SB over at A. Berlin K is the only one with the Man of War. Watching over this B site. She needs to get this really crucial pick on the other side here. But the kind of jumpiness of Man of War is exactly why people like to use the M8. But this RC car is coming around the corner, and it doesn't pick up Berlin K, but at least still picking up that information. Netflix and COD first blooded 2 rounds in a row. Berlin K needs to stay alive, and she doesn't. Lethal Lady picking up a kill there. Wolf Knight bomb in hand, now is able to plant.
Songfully coming up from behind, spots one. Needs to be able to pick this one up with the XR2. Will be able to get out with her life on the other side. Jessie able to spot one, picks up Emmy's, and then retreat comes in. Looks like they're going to try and go for another push. Songfully in the water, 1 burst zone. Wolf and Knight's Lethal Lady's going to be the last hope here for Riot. She's made her way into the water, picks up Songfully, comes up, spots the player right in front of her, and she picks it up. Oh my, Lethal Lady takes out Jessie, and Riot are up 2-0 in game number 2 of this grand final. What an absolute crazy round-ending kill cam here.
Oh, did she get 3 or 4? I think she get 3 that round. Either way, fantastic kill cam and kills out of Lethal Lady. Now 4-1. Guessing she has the RC car ready. Wolf Knight shy 0-2 of a kill, but she's been doing the objective work for the squad. Now SB back on offense, sending that bomb to Netflix and COD. Hopefully not going to get first blooded here this time around. Make it not 3 times in a row as they do go over to this B-bomb site. Emmy's going to be that AR to watch out for. Once again, just kind of not going at that head glitch, just staying back and I guess poking the bomb sort of strategy. Dream Crazy is actually going to say, screw this, I'm going to poke out and then glitch back and get that information without costing my life.
Oh, now looks like Netflix and COD is starting to get this bomb down around the B site. There's one player on the other side. Emmy's just waiting for someone to move a little bit too far out of position, waiting for this player to peek around the corner. She'll be able to capitalize her out. Instead, she moves in, takes out Netflix and COD, and meanwhile, look at the route from Jessie so far. She's moving her way on the flank, and Wolfenites have on a flank of her own. Numbers advantage now in favor of Riot, 4-on-2.
Oh, Jessie's here for the pinch, able to pick up 1. Berlin K needs to stay alive. Oh my god, gets 1 as well. Jessie gets the second, now making this only a 1v1. I was a little worried about that flank that SB was doing, but that pinch worked out perfectly. Now evening up the numbers 1-1, but it's not going to be enough time for Wolf Knight to defuse as Jessie's going to also get that final kill. Interestingly enough, and I think she got 3 that round, so she's just having the game of her life as now SB pick up a round.
The ladies on the flank end up being the last 2 up on the map, and Jessie cleans one up for SB to finally get on the board. Great start from her so far. 5-2, Netflix and COD 0-3. right now. I want to hop over with her. They're going to be on the defensive side, but I want to see what's going on with her so far.
She's got the Kuda, and it just sucks she's getting picked. She's always the one getting picked off. I don't know if that's just unlucky or bad positioning. Her teammate's really not there for trades. Either way, Riot's still going to attack this B-bomb site. Songflei's going to be the AR of choice to kind of, and Berlin K also has an AR with the XR2, and Berlin K is going to have that Man of War, can be infiltrating this bomb site. Emmy's able to drop Berlin K for the first blood, and Wolf Knight and friends pushing up this bomb here. Wolf Knight able to get the bomb down. Numbers in their favor, but it could be an engagement in the middle map. Dream Crazy's still going to stay alive, as now she's just kind of watching this back tiki area and also picking up Songflea from the middle map.
Dream Crazy pulls out the KN-44, picks up 2 that round, and there's only one other time I remember seeing the KN-44 used to this much, and that was at MLG Orlando. Of course, everyone remembers Bittersweet was making their Cinderella run through the open bracket, and it was Hippie who pulled that one out. Dream Crazy pulled it out as well, and it sort of goes back to something that we mentioned before. It's like Dream Crazy is a player to look out for. No matter what you put in her hand, she'll be able to perform.
Of course, she's just good with any gun. Even she was doing a lot with the HVK during the league season, and now she's just changed to pretty much anything. Now Netflix and COD is going to have the bomb in hand heading towards this A site. They're going to be contested here by Wolf Knight, who should be spotting his rotation and also calling it out to her teammates. She needs to play her life here and just watch this back rock side. Now you're going to see those rotations from Riot. Lethal Lady's going to be at this waterfall side, and you're going to have to worry about Dream Crazy and Emmy's over at the... Dream Crazy would be most likely to flank. She's going to go directly into the A site. So this bomb plant could be happening soon here as Netflix and COD still has to make her way into the site.
Lethal Lady has an HCXD, spots one above her, picks up Jessie, so that'll be the first one down for SB, evening the numbers up at 3 versus 3, but Emmy's has been spotted, and it looks like SB is going for the push. Divide and conquer, she's now down, numbers advantage in favor of SB, and as you mentioned, Dream Crazy, like, she'll be the one to isolate herself and go and try and pick off a player, gets the job done, and is now rotating back over to Lethal Lady.
Now you're seeing this rotation from SB over to this B-bomb site, and it's completely open, right? Just surveying over this A site, and now you're seeing them swim over to this B-bomb site or watching to see where this bomb is going to be planted. Netflix and COD does get it down. Berlin K and herself need to work together. And we said at the beginning of the round, we're hoping Netflix and COD can pick up a kill and not get picked off and leave Berlin K in a bad situation. But Dream Crazy will be the last one left. She's going to face a player right here, and the KN-44 is not going to help her there as Netflix and COD picks up her first kill and it's not 2 consecutive rounds. It's just a second round win out of SB.
Well, now this search is going a little bit back and forth more than the first one we saw. Of course, Riot won that first one 6-1. Hunted traditionally is one of the maps that not everyone in the community likes as much. It tends to be one of the most, like, the least practiced map in the entire rotation. But Riot now on the attack. I want to see how they're going to use some of their utility. Of course, the specialists start to come into effect as just getting closer and closer towards that heat wave. Dream Crazy is getting pretty close to the glitch, and the HCXD is in the hands of Lethal Lady as well. She's not going to use this push out the B side, looks like, just yet. But Netflix and COD is here threatening for SB. Has a nice line of sight over on this building. And it looks like Riot's going to separate, try and divide and conquer here.
Yeah, I mean, Wolf Knight and Lethal Lady looked like they wanted to go towards that cave site, but their Dream Crazy and Emmys, their 2 ARs, were kind of rotating over towards A, so it would have been hard to go in there with a VMP in case an AR was on the other side of that bridge. Now they're working their way towards A, and none of those players from SB are even near. Songflei's trying to swim right under the site. Can she pick off this bomb carrier here? And she does. Needs to jump back in the water, knows that the bomb is down. Berlin K is able to pick off a second player. Numbers advantage for SB. Songflea is going to poke out of the water again, but Berlin K does get shot. She needs to help out her teammate here. Songflea should be set up for the trade. There's one at the door, and 3 kills there for Songflea, and she does pick up Dream Crazy for the final kill, and also evening up the map 3-3.
SV coming right back, and Berlin K doing really well so far. 8-4, and Songflea here picks up the final one. She's 3-5 so far through this game, and going forward, pretty much, as I said, tied up at 3 apiece. This has been pretty much reset at this point. SV going to be back on the attack, and take a look at what they're thinking about this one. Looks like Netflix and COD and Jessie both do. Looks like 3 of them have Blackjack, the HCXD, in the hands of Berlin K, and looks like the standard B push is going to come out once again. Here they need to be able to pick up the first blood, and looks like they're going to use the HCXD to try and get as much information as possible. As soon as the HC call comes in, Emmys immediately backs up, works with Dream Crazy. looks like they might have only spotted 2 with that.
Yeah, and Dream Crazy going to put those trophies down, get a little bit more information. But you're seeing SB slowly make their way across the bridge, and Songfully is going to get the bomb down currently. There's another player around the corner. That's Emmy's. Should be able to get the pick here. She just pokes out. That player of that planted the bomb is going to jump in the water. Trade's going through 2 versus 2 situation. Now Emmy's, he's not going to have someone right below her, but Dream Crazy actually gets picked off from middle map by Berlin K. So very sticky situation here for Emmy's, as she still has to find Songfully and Berlin K.
The 2, Berlin K on a 6 streak as well. This will be the one to spot her, puts in the initial damage, and then Songfully finds it, follows it up. So SB will now be up by 1 round. Let's take a look at that one more time. And so we always talk about the 2-on-1 engagements, right? The crossfire, the effective communication and teamwork coming out of the side of SB. And this is the squad that we wanted to see in that winner's bracket final matchup, because it looks like they're working together as a unit, but now a lot of these traits are going in their favor. And Search and Destroy, that's something you need to capitalize on time and time again.
Yeah, Riot back on offense, currently 2-3 on offensive wins here. Let's see what Emmy's can do with the bomb. XR2 going to watch over this middle map. I think she spotted a nade being thrown in the middle map. Not too much information there. Dream Crazy is going to see if she can get a pick here with the VMP, throwing down some trophies. Checking out the water. She does spot Lethal Lady, but now Berlin K is going to go down. And it's not really a very slow round out of both teams as Emmy is able to get the bomb down. SB completely giving up cave site control as Songfully is going to go on a bit of a flank here. She's the closest one to a pick.
Lethal Lady's going to play really slow inside of the water. Songfully set up inside of the building, trying to find something, and she's going to be coming right around the corner, and that's 2 quick down in favor of Riot. Netflix and COD, last one up. She's found herself in an engagement with less than 30 seconds left on the clock. Going to rotate back towards the middle of the map as well. There's a player just waiting here inside of the water. Lethal Lady definitely heard that, calls it out to her teammates. Emmys cleans it up. We're tied at 4 apiece.
Yeah, like you said, very back and forth S&D now. I mean, Riot had a couple consecutive wins at the beginning. You know, they started 2-0, and then SB really made this a back and forth game. Looking at the score here, you see Berlin K 9-5. I think you highlighted earlier she was a bit on a kill streak. Can't remember what the number you said was. And then Emmys now have the most amount of kills with 7-5. Is there anybody with streaks here? No, I just see maybe some specialists on the board. And actually, Lethal Lady has the RC card. I'm not going to choose to use it quite yet. Maybe do what SB did, or I think that's what Dream Crazy did, is kind of get some information around the map and hopefully pick up a kill with it. But I see a couple players with Flak Jacket. So hopefully it's able to pick up a kill and at least minimum get some information.
Like another HCXE on a hop on board with the driver of that. Lethal Lady possible. And you've seen how much of an impact these can make as far as the pushes that you go for. She spotted 1, at least 2, trying to push, and it looks like Emmy's just going to keep her position here around the B bomb and wait for the push to come in from SB. So now she has a lot of players coming towards her, and the bomb will start to go down. SB just on the other side. No idea this is going down, and now Emmys decides to strike and not able to pick up the kill, just as the smart thing in retreat. Riot now had to go for the retake.
But how did she not see or hear the bomb get planted? I mean, that's Emmy's job, is to prevent that from happening. She's on the other side of the bomb. Either way, still lots of time to work with. 4 versus 4, however. It's going to be tough to take down all 4 players and get the defuse, and they're already going to have the numbers in their favor. 4 versus 2. Emmy's finding a player, getting some shots into her with the pistol, but now just completely lost her in the waters. Now Jessie is left all by herself, and Riot are able to get the defuse and another defensive win.
So now they're only 1 round away from walking away with game number 2. Bomb defuse comes in, and I want to see, as soon as this one loads up, to see all the utility both teams have on their side, because you think if SB have some of their specialists that they can use, of course, yeah, the camo, it seems like it was used there in the final kill cam. But other than that, I want to see what else they're able to work with as they try to force the round 11 here. Riot, though, in control, 1 round away. They will be on the attack as well. On the side of SB, they don't have kinetic armor. They have the heat wave and the glitch to use here in round number 10.
Yeah, some specialists on the board. Wolf Knight heading towards the B-bomb site. They're going to have Lethal Lady, the VMP, doing an interesting Water Run, very aggressive, able to get the first pick there on Songfully. Wolf Knight gets Jesse, numbers in their favor. This is going to be great for them to get the bomb down, and they have cave site control. Both players of SB remaining are in the middle of the map. Brilliant K is going to have to go huge here. One player laying down, she's able to pick up Dream Crazy, and Netflix Akata is able to get a kill as well, evening up the numbers from 4-2 to 2-2. Wolf Knight still has not got the bomb down yet, and they need to get it down if they want to keep that advantage in their favor.
This is right here around the corner. Knows Berlin K is there. Goes for the kill. We'll be able to pick that one up. So now Netflix and COD is the last one up for SB. Wolfenite will start to push out of the B site along with Emmys. Netflix and COD will try and come shut them out. But Emmys with the one burst from the XR2 seals the deal on game number 2. 6-4 in favor of Riot.
Yeah, 6-4, like you said, in case you guys missed the hard point, 250 to 214, and we will be heading into an uplink